welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Aarti, and in today's video, we're gonna be reviewing some medical... No.
Not medical memes.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Aarti, and in today's video, we're gonna be reviewing some art memes, so let's get started. My art in a boring class versus an art class. I feel like this is so true. Literally, whenever I was in art class, my art would
never look good.
But outside of art class, like at home, of course for YouTube and everything, my art is always good. And the only art class that I ever took was in school, so I don't know why. It's just like the pressure of art class just gets you, and then you can't draw good at all or paint good or anything. My painting skills, yeah, it's not actually... This is literally one of my, oh, it's upside down. This is one of my art pieces from 8th grade art class. I promised in 8th grade I was better than this, but I don't know what this is. This is really concerning. This was in 8th grade, and this was in my art class, so I don't...
Yeah.
Me standing in front of the art supply store wanting to buy another 15 sketchbooks. Me standing in front of the art supply store wanting to buy another sketchbook when I have 15 unfinished ones at home. This is extremely relatable. Every time I go to any store, the first section that I go to is the art section, and I always want something new from there. It's like a sketchbook or new color pencils, and it's because I'm always like learning more and more about art, and I'm like, oh, but this sketchbook looks so good with this kind of color pencil, or this kind of paper looks better with graphite, and so I'm always like wanting to buy a new sketchbook, even though I haven't even finished one yet. Like I don't have my sketchbook with me. And I still have so many that I haven't completed. I have at least 4 sketchbooks right now that I haven't completed, and I just keep finding newer and newer paper, but I'm still on the search for more sketchbooks. It's never gonna stop, even though I love art so much. The drawing idea I had in my head versus my ability to draw. This was me for the longest time. Like I would imagine the coolest picture
in my head.
I'll insert an example of like something that I imagined in my head from a couple of years ago actually, and it's not what I imagined in my head. This is quite accurate, I think. Really proud of this one, and they're referring to an art piece just posted. 1 hour later, 2 hearts and no comments, and they're ripping up their artwork. This is the most relatable thing I've seen in a while. Whenever, like even for me, I have 5,000 plus subscribers on YouTube, and my videos only get around 50 to 100 views. Sometimes it'll go up to 150. And on Instagram, it's even worse because I only have 1,000 followers on Instagram. And I know that's a lot, but in comparison to like what you post and stuff, you only get very little likes. Like in ratio to that follower count, you don't get as many likes as you would think. Like for example, right now I have 1,000 followers and I only get around 40-50 likes per piece, which is decent. It's not too like in this, but it is difficult to get likes on a post, especially when it's not a reel, and it's just like hard. Makeup girls, game boys, art supplies, me heaven. This is also very accurate. For me, again, like I said, I go straight to the art supply section and I stay there for like the whole time. Like I don't, 2 kinds of drawers. Oh, not drawers. 2 kinds of drawers. That's a weird word. Is that even a word? Anyways, 2 kinds of drawers. How do you even say that? That doesn't sound right to me. Anyways, you get the point.
We're gonna move on.
I feel like I'm definitely the second one. I can draw, actually no. I'm like a mix because I can draw like eyes decently well, and I can draw eyebrows decently well, but the nose and lips, they just get me. But I also can't draw hair. Like if you notice, all my people drawings, the hair is either really unrealistic or it's just completely blocky. Like there's no definition or shadowing or anything. And I kind of do that on purpose because I'm not very good at drawing hair, or people for that matter. Like I can't even get the face shape right, like in the second. So I feel like I'm gravitating more towards the second, but I'm a little bit mix of both. So how I usually see my art when I compare my art to others. Yeah, and this is something that happens a lot. believe it or not. Like, even for me, I'll compare my art to like people who have been drawing for like 30-40 years, and it's just not as good. It's not nearly as good as people who have been drawing for so long, but it's the reality. I mean, eventually, like, I guess you'll just get better, so it's fine. Nothing to worry about, I think. Me, why don't I ever understand anything in class? Also me, sketches all over notes instead of actually paying attention. I used to do this in class. I think it just helped me focus, and it just helped me concentrate on the material. They say like if you apparently like scribble on paper while reading something or while listening to something, apparently you like remember it a lot better because your brain thinks it's writing it down. I don't know how that works. How other people draw birds and how I draw them. This is very true. I have drawn birds before, but I feel like when you're doing a landscape or anything, this entire focus won't be on the birds anyways, and this is literally how birds look from far away. Like, you're not gonna see birds in 100% detail from far away, and half the time this is not how you're gonna draw them close up. I would hope not. But yeah, if you're drawing a close-up bird, then obviously you're gonna draw it the way it is on the left side, but on the right side, that's just how I draw them too. Like in landscapes and all, when it's like far, that's how I draw them too. So, how to draw a panda in 4 simple steps. Oh, yeah. This like reminds me of those books that are like how to draw things, but they have like all the steps, and then for the last step they'll just be like add the fur or add these details, and I feel like that's all they can do. Like, how do you teach someone to add fur? It's difficult, especially if it's a book. And I feel like even YouTube tutorials are like that because it's very difficult to teach someone such detailed things. None of those books helped me because I just could not figure out how to draw those details, and they always came out looking so weird. What I'm trying to draw versus what my brain keeps telling me to draw. I feel like this is so accurate just with hands. Like, hands are so difficult to draw.
I don't even know why.
The second picture is literally whenever I draw hands, like on a full body pose or something. I haven't done it in a while. I haven't drawn a full body pose in a while, but
That's how it looks like.
when a kid draws you and shows how they drew you. Not even close. Well, they're just a kid. See, I feel like it's so sweet if a kid chooses to draw you in the first place. Like, I think that's so kind of them. And I always keep them. I think I have like at least 4 or 5 artworks that people have given me, like small kids of me or like for me. And I think they're so sweet. And we were all there once. Like, I was definitely doing that for sure. The art girl's drawing versus how bad she says her drawing is. This is extremely accurate, and I feel like I do this to my friends a lot. They'll be like, oh, you draw so well, and I'm like, no, I don't really draw that well. And I think there's 2 reasons. Number one, I don't want people to think that I'm putting myself on like this high pedestal where I'm like, I'm the best artist in the world, because I'm not the best artist in the world. I'm a good artist, but that doesn't mean that there aren't people that are way better than me. But also just because when you stare at your artwork for a long time, it just looks more and more and more deformed because you've just been looking at the same thing over and over again. You're bound to see the flaws like in the drawing, and even if they're so minor, you're gonna see them, and that's just how art is. But yeah, don't overthink it. Your drawing is beautiful, and you're only gonna get better from where you are right now. Alright, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, reacting to all these very interesting memes, to say the least. Thank you all again for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!